What is going on, Reefing fam? March here. This is Fragbox TV. In today's episode, what are we going to do? We are going to talk to you guys. I mean, there's no we, there's I, because the store is closed. Often the store closes and we're done for the day, except I'm not done for the day. That just means my day is getting started. I like working here late at night. I get the most done actually after the doors close. I do enjoy talking to customers, answering the phone, all that fun stuff that goes with running the business. But to really get stuff done, I'm going to get to what's going on here in a second. It really happens after hours or before hours. Sometimes I'll come in 6, 7 a.m. and that's when I'm super productive. Okay, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. This is a store here in Toronto that specializes in those beautiful things. What's that? A saltwater aquarium. And speaking about saltwater aquariums, what are we doing? We are setting up a new section here in the store to showcase, you guessed it, saltwater aquariums. So if you've been into the store or you're here local, you know that I am constantly changing stuff. This store never stops evolving. I'm not married to anything you see here. You know, if I decide, this could all come down suddenly. So actually 5 years ago, I just signed the lease for 5 more years. It's been 5 years at this location. The tanks used to run this way. I don't know if you guys remember. If you do, maybe comment below. It means that you're an older customer. But our tanks used to run like this. 1, 2, 3. And that, you see there on the ceiling, that little square? That used to be a washroom. We used to have a washroom up here. And there used to be a wall over there. And then me and my craziness one day, I said, I've had enough of this layout, and I ripped everything out, and that's what you see now is this new layout. And why did I run the tanks like this down the center of the store? I will tell you. I will give you a little free trade secret in case you're looking to open up a store like this. Your outside walls are for products. Do not put tanks on the outside walls like I have done here. Very important for shelving. So I had them set up. What I thought was the smartest setup was like this. It was really dumb. Tanks down the middle, people can nicely walk around them and do their thing, and you can get full access and cleaning. And then outside walls, shelving for all the hardware and dry goods. Anyways, today's video is not about dry goods. It's about setting this up. And if you guys, well, someone was just walking out and he said, I really want you to make videos. I want to see what you're doing here. Maybe you guys like following my craziness along at home, wherever you're watching from. So what am I doing here? I'm setting up a little area for these. These are our new in-house aquariums that we're going to offer here in the store, and I want to really showcase them. They're really special to me because we've been working on these for a long time. This is still only our second prototype. The third and final one is on the way as we speak. We keep making minor adjustments. You know, these need larger, this, that, baffles, everything. We're really over designing these things so that you guys don't have to think about it when it comes to picking an all-in-one reef tank. Even the stands, like lots of cool features are going to go into these with drawers, hopefully mixed in, built-in water change stations here on the bottom, ATO reservoirs, cable management, stuff that I would like to see on a reef tank if I were to take one home. And speaking about taking one home, I am actually going to take this model right here. This is our 12-gallon, what we call our Studio 12. I'm going to be setting up one of these in my living room, so you guys can come home with me if you want to see what I guess my house looks like. There's one thing, but also this is going to be my own personal reef tank because I actually don't have a reef tank at home right now. I live super close to the store, but no reef tank at home. This is my tank here in the store, the display tank. No one really touches it but me. And I guess I share that one with Tia. If you're wondering what happened to the Evo, it's all gone. We sold it all off and we broke it down and it's finished. Haha, it's April 1st. No, it's not. Actually, you want to see? I'll show you. Come with me. Disregard, please. The store, you know, usually doesn't look like this nonsense and this mess. I'll show you where the Evo is. It's just temporary holding. I think we're going to get rid of the Evo though, actually. What we're doing is designing our own peninsula style tank that improves upon all of the deficiencies. Is that the word I want to use? This is a great tank. I'm not trying to shit on Fluval or Hagen or Evo, but right now it's hooked up down here. We have it in the basement of the store, so you might be relieved to know that it's still alive and well and running and looking better than ever with Tia's 5 fish. I don't know how she does it, but it is still here in the store. It's just kind of out of the way so that I can continue to work upstairs unobstructed. But yeah, it's going to stay down here. Love these tanks, great tanks, not trying to knock on them at all. But there are some things that I would change, and that's exactly what we're going to do, and that's kind of what inspired this whole new adventure that we have, starting this new project of offering our own, there they are, Nano Reefs. One is just making them exactly how we would want to see them. And two is a lot of the ones that we used to sell in the store, prices have gone up like crazy. So we're going to try and make these as affordable as possible. I'm aiming for, don't quote me, around 150, 160 Canadian. It's like 110, 120 American dollars. So what am I doing here? I've taken today off what we call slat wall, which is this. Why? Because it looks good and it works, but it's really designed for shelving. It's super modular for shelves like this, but it's really busy. And so what I want to do is create a new sort of space in the store that's almost like, the way I'm thinking of it is almost like its own mini store in the store. So I'm going to do these high gloss white sheets all the way to the ceiling. And I don't want to see any lines and any brackets like this and any products and bottles and shelving. All of that's great. It's super busy. And I'm mildly OCD, mild ADHD, and it's just a lot to take in. And we need all the stuff in the store. Don't ask me how I found room. We actually cleared out a lot of stuff that wasn't selling. This was good because it helped us to kind of go through the shelves and like, why are we selling this? Why do we have this here? So the idea is super clean, white, floor to ceiling, and then that's going to really let us show off the tank. So I think we're going to run 3 or 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 different models and sizes. And I don't want any of the busyness to take away from them, so that when you're looking at them, it's really, the focus is going to be just on those tanks, nothing else but the tanks and this nice white background. The platform, you see what I'm doing here? I'm building it up a little bit higher, and I'm going to try and hide the electrical the best I can. I don't want to see any wires, and that's why we went with this light here. The wire is so nicely hidden. It's not nicely hidden, it's invisible. You can't see it. See, no wire. I'm all about clean. We're gonna have custom made filtration covers. The skimmer that's paired with this is designed, we've designed the baffle on this so that it sits below, and then it's gonna be just this flush black plexi filtration cover. I don't wanna see anything. I'm obsessed with minimalism. So, you know, this is kind of busy here. You see all this stuff, all this junk. I don't wanna see any of that. Wireless, and really focus on the tank. So I'm gonna hide the electrical underneath in here and in the cabinets. And because we're adding 4 more tanks, it's quite busy in the store. We don't have the time really to monitor 4 more tanks because we have a lot of systems. Our display system, our farm system, our inverts, our cleanup crew, our fish, our reefer, that sole tank, our main coral beds, another one downstairs. It's a lot of testing. We test the salt, the calcium, the alk, the magnesium, the phosphate, the nitrate, the blah, 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 blah. My mouth hurts just thinking about it. We test a lot. It's a lot to clean and maintain. So to add another 4, I don't think we have the time to do it. So my idea is what I'm going to do is connect all 4 of them into one central little sump right here underneath the floor. And so we'll run them as one. We'll add 1 more system to the store. So that's why you see this pipe coming up here. And then what I'm going to do once I get off the camera and stop talking to you is start my plumbing. So I'm going to start running. I use 1.5 inch. I use this ABS. So people say, if you read online, not safe. They say, March, don't use ABS. It's going to leak shit in your water. They're lying. I've been using this for 15 years. I've never had problems. It's cheap. It works. People say only schedule 40 PVC for plumbing. I'm going to go ahead and bust that myth because I'm using this on the entire store. So if it was an issue, I think we would see an issue. You guys see any issues? I don't see any issues. The only issue with this tank is it's not bigger. That's the only issue. So I'm using the 1.5 inch ABS. It's designed for drainage, but whatever. And then I'm gonna make my life easy. And for my return, I'm just gonna use this 3/8 John Guest fitting. So it's not gonna be crazy turnover, but it's super easy to use. And you just, boop, you just plug it in. And that's gonna run the returns on the tank. I'm gonna do nice white sort of board here on the bottom. And follow along if you guys want to see what it's going to look like. If not, we'll do a video that has nothing to do with this wall, but just wanted to give you guys sort of a little explanation about the craziness, because maybe you walk in and you're like, wow, what's going on here? What is this guy doing? He's nuts. We know. We absolutely know. What else can I tell you? This is going to take up the rest of my weekend, painting. And I hope to have these. You know what? We already have pre-orders on them. That's something I wasn't expecting. So we've pre-sold already 8 of them. The only thing is, do not ask us when they're coming. They're coming when they arrive. When they're here, they're here. You got to be patient with us. We're still, I'm telling you, like we're on our last prototype. It's not here yet. I'm fairly certain it'll be the last one. We won't have them ready for sale. I want to say, what are we? April 1st, April Fool's Day, May, June, July, early July. If you can wait until then, you can grab one of the first. You can be one of the first to take home the edition 1, we'll call it. As we're calling it a Studio 12. And we'll give you guys more info as it comes out. That's it for today's video. I'm going to put the camera down and get back to work. Actually, I'm going to show you one other cool thing I made recently, because I guess this video is all about DIY. I made these cool acrylic baskets. So my friend's got a laser cutter. He laser cut these holes. And what I'm doing with these, if you care, too bad, you're listening now. I'm going to put numbers on them. So we're going to start offering WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get in enemies. And because we do that for a lot of our corals, as you see here, the number system, so that if you're buying, you know, number 2, you're going to get Lobo number 2. Or if you buy frag number 69, which someone bought today, good job, awesome piece. Really, really cool flower pot. That's frag number 69. I'm all about organization and order accuracy. So I want to apply that same idea, but to an enemy, so that if you order an enemy A8 or A7 or A9 or whatever the number happens to be, look at this beautiful bubble tip. You're going to get that one, or maybe even that one, or this one that somebody just traded in. Okay, I'm getting off track. Sidetrack of the day is March talking about enemies. We'll see you guys here soon. Whenever we have an update, I'll grab the camera. I hope by the next one, it'll all be, this part at least will be done, and then we'll get that tank up and running, and we will report back. Thank you for watching today's episode of Fragbox TV, and we will see you guys back here another day. Have a nice afternoon. Bye-bye. Thai 6 line.